Over the past couple of weeks, I started building a new museum in my most recent grounded survival world. It's located on the retaining wall at the front of the upper yard. This new project requires quite a bit of resources to complete. In the interest of time, I decided to scour the upper yard for weed stems, clovers, and all the things I needed to complete it. In doing so, I spent many hours traversing the upper yard and inadvertently discovered the best places to build there. So in this video, I'll be showing you the best places to build in the upper yard and grounded. Let's get started. So we are here at the upper yard ascent, and this is going to be the location of our actual first place to build in the upper yard, and it's going to be right here. Now you might notice this spot looks pretty familiar if you've seen some of my live streams or seen some of my previous videos. I did recommend building in this pretty much exact spot prior to the Into the Wood update. The reason for that was because it was on the retaining wall and I thought it would be safe. Now unfortunately for me, the house that I built up here before the update ended up being halfway under the rock. Fortunately, I was able to my bed was underneath of the rock, so I was able to get underneath of the rock and actually get all the stuff out from it. But I do have a house that's half under a rock on my main survival world that I've been playing on recently. So anyway, this is the place I would recommend building first, or the first place I recommend building in the upper yard if you're looking for a base location. The reason for this is it's going to be midway access between the shed and then the rest of the yard over here. It's also really safe, so I like to look for safe places. Now, over here, underneath the grill lid here, you're going to see there's two wolf spider spawns over there. There's also ladybird larvae over here. However, and the wolf spiders do patrol. I think one patrols that way, and sometimes you see both of them patrolling over this way, although not all the time. Over in the rest of the yard over here, other than ladybird larvae, there's nothing over there, but I think one or two roly-polies, and they're not going to bother you. So this is a safe spot because I've never seen any bugs get up here, except I think the scarab. And the scarab, of course, is a bug you actually want to run into. So this is a super safe spot. I haven't seen any bugs or any dangerous bugs up here. There's no bees or mosquitoes over here. The bees are over there. The bees are over there by the table, over by the water. Mosquitoes are down there. So this is a super safe spot. So let's real quick take a quick tour here. Now, this is just something I threw together. I'm not suggesting this is how you build your house. I just wanted to make something that looks like it's semi-functional. So if I was going to build a house here, a bigger house than I already have, it might look something like this. So we got the loft up there with the bed, have all the cooking station, the oven and the grinder over here, as well as the sewing machine, and the spinning wheel and the workbench here. And of course we have a smithing station over here in the corner. So that's just kind of something I threw together here. So that's the first place that I would recommend building if you're coming up here. Now let's head over to the second place, which is going to be up closer to the shed. The second great location to build in the upper yard is going to be right here in front of the termite hill. So this is the axe handle, the axe that's up here that's in the chopping block. And this is a safe spot to build because there's nothing up here. There's no bugs that can get up here from what I've seen. So what I did was I built a house up on here, my little water dew collector out there. So basically we have a house up here. I don't even have doors on it because nothing gets up here. You can access it from this piece of wood that's leaning over or this piece of wood. And this is just a useful spot, especially if you're in the upper yard up here. If you're going to the termite hill or if you're looking for a place that's near the deck over here in the shed, I would not recommend building on the deck up here because there's just too many ants and dust mites up there. I mean, I guess if you build up high, that might be useful. However, I don't really go up there hardly at all. There's actually a place to get lint down here. So unless you're getting specifically the dust mite fuzz, you can actually go down to the garden glove, which is right down here in front of this place where I'm building right now, and you can actually get lint from that glove every couple of days. So that's where I get most of my lint from, although I don't really use it that much. So anyway, I built this up here. Also, the other benefit of being up here is you're going to have the field station right here. So if you need to analyze anything, or if you want to research, survey anything, and see where things are, this is a great place to be located for scarabs specifically, because as you might have actually been able to see it, there's a scarab that comes out of this hole and walks down here all the time. There's also a scarab spawn over here as well. And there's also scarabs sometimes over there by the bike wheel. So there's like 3 or 4. There's also, I think, one down in the caverns right here. So this is like Scarab Central over here, and you'll be able to find them. This is also a safe spot because, like I said, the termites don't come up here. There's no flying bugs. You're far enough away. The wolf spiders up here don't patrol down here. So you're in a safe spot here up on this axe handle or up on this chopping block. And you got the field station there as well. So now let's head over to the third spot that I found. And I thought this was probably the coolest spot that I found so far. So let's head on over there real quick. So for a third spot, we're over here in the middle of the upper yard. We're just to the right of this walking path that goes up to the shed, and we're south of this bike. The only thing that's in this area, and the reason I decided to build here, was because this roly-poly is really the only insect that I've seen over here. Very, very, very infrequently do I see ladybird larvae over here. The infected wolf spider that's under the deck over there doesn't come this far down. The ladybirds don't come this far down. This is a super safe place to build as of right now. I mean, of course, this could change in the future. There is also a scarab that runs past here. That's just over here somewhere. There is a salt spawn on there's a plastic spoon over there as well. So there is pretty much nothing over here. So you can just build here. And the one thing I really like about it is there's tons of resources here. So you pretty much have unlimited food because there's a bunch of mushrooms that grow around here. You have weed stems to build, clovers to build. There's grass if you want to build out of grass. And there's also, if you have the haze turned off, there should be burr weeds up around this area too somewhere. There's dandelion tufts. There's pretty much everything. So this is a great place to build. And I also really like it because I was able to build under this leaf. So this was just a leaf that was covering over a little tunnel area here. And I just built my house inside of here. So downstairs we have just the regular stuff that we have here. And then I built a little upstairs here where I have a the roasting spit, the smoothie station, and my bed. And I can see over here. And like I said, there's no bugs over here from what I've seen other than this roly-poly, which is just not going to bother you. So this is a great spot to build. And another, like I said, another great spot. So just to recap the 3 places that I like building or that I would consider building in, that I would consider the best spots to build. First up was the one over here on the big stepping stone. This is where I have my base built currently in my main survival world. That's where I have my base built. I'm also building the museum just to the right of it. I think it's over here actually on one of these rocks. So that's where I'm doing all my work here. Like I said, I was spending a lot of time up in this upper yard getting weed stems and stuff like that, clovers, sprigs and stuff to build out the museum, which I'm probably only about halfway through right now. The second spot I mentioned was up here on the chopping block by the axe handle, or by the axe. This is a safe spot to build. If you're going to be going in and out of the termite hill, or you just want a little spot to build, you don't have to build a full-blown house up here, but you could just put a bed or something like that and a roasting spit, just have a little bit of resources, maybe a chest. You don't have to build anything fancy. That way, if you're going up to the termite hill or the woodpile, or if you're going over to the deck over here in front of the shed to harvest resources, you could always just build something up here. It's an easy spot to stop off on. You also have the lint down here if you don't want to have to go up on the deck shed, and then up on the shed decks, excuse me. And then last but not least was the spot over here under the leaf that's just south of this bike. This was a super cool spot. Of the three, I like this one the best in terms of how it looks because you can build under this leaf, kind of use it as a roof here, which I thought was pretty cool. So it's almost like a little hobbit house or something built down here in the ground. And it's also kind of centrally located in the upper yard, so you can get down to this field station pretty quickly. There's a path that walks right down here that takes you back down to the rest of the yard. If you use zip lines, this would be super easy, specifically up here on this one to get back and forth. So I'm not a big fan of zip lines, although with the ever-expanding yard, I am considering possibly working them back in just to make travel a little bit faster. Those are the best places to build in the upper yard and grounded. Let me know if you have any others you'd recommend in the comments down below. If you found this video helpful, make sure to click the like button and consider subscribing for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and thank you to the Overseer91, Grey Knight, Baz Channel, and all my other channel members who help make videos like this possible. You too can become a channel member today and have your name included in the credits of future videos by clicking the join card on the screen right now, or by clicking the link down in the description. Supporting the channel through a channel membership is equivalent to watching more than 1,000 videos a month and is the best way to support my channel. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.